The Society of St. Pius X announces that it will ordain new bishops without a papal mandate. Cardinal Timothy Dolan passes the reins to a new Archbishop of New York City, and the Netherlands sees a significant rise in the number of adults coming into the Catholic Church. All this and more brought to you today by Church Headlines. Hello and welcome to Church Headlines, your regular Catholic news recap. I'm Brother John Frain. Let's dive right in. Pope Leo XIV has been named the most highly regarded global leader in the world, according to Gallup International's end-of-year survey, the oldest and largest global public opinion poll tracking leaders' favorability across countries. The survey, conducted in 61 countries with more than 64,000 respondents, shows that Pope Leo earned a plus 24 net favorability rating, the only contemporary leader with a positive global score. He registered 49% favorable views worldwide, compared to 25% unfavorable, and registered a net positive image in 51 of the 61 countries surveyed, more than any other global leader, highlighting the unique appeal of the papacy as a moral and spiritual authority. The Society of St. Pius X has announced that it intends to proceed with new episcopal consecrations without a papal mandate in July of 2026, a move that would imply automatic excommunication for both the bishop that ordains the new bishops and for the men that would be ordained. The Society has been in an irregular or schismatic canonical status since 1988, when it first ordained bishops without papal mandate. In 2009, Pope Benedict XVI lifted the excommunications against the individual bishops involved in that particular ordination, but the irregular canonical status of the SSPX as a whole was never changed. These new planned consecrations risk deepening tensions over authority and sacramental ministry. Cardinal Fernandez, the prefect of the Dicastery for the Doctrine of the Faith, has agreed to meet with SSPX leadership to discuss the situation, signaling the Vatican's desire for dialogue even amid serious canonical concerns. A meeting of the Sixth Assembly of Germany's Synodal Way concluded with open and heated disagreements among participants, particularly with regard to a proposed resolution to have the new permanent national synodal body regularly monitor the implementation of Synodal Way resolutions in the diocese. The resolution passed, but only after 40 members of the synod, including 26 of the 59 eligible bishops, had already left the synod hall. The meeting's tone reflects continued division within the German Church about the role of a synodal body and about how best to implement synodal practices within the Church. Bishop Ronald Hicks was installed as the new Archbishop of the Archdiocese of New York City this week. Pope Leo chose Hicks, a fellow Illinoisan and formerly Bishop of the Diocese of Joliet, Illinois, to succeed Cardinal Timothy Dolan, who has served as Archbishop of America's largest city for the last 17 years. In his homily during the installation mass, Archbishop Hicks spoke about service to families, strong catechesis, and accompanying the marginalized, signaling both continuity and renewal in one of the most prominent Catholic dioceses in the United States. Pope Leo XIV has decided that the annual Lenten spiritual exercises for the Roman Curia will return to the Apostolic Palace in Vatican City. The retreat, set for February 22nd to the 27th, will be preached by Bishop Erik Varden of Norway, a Cistercian Trappist who converted to Catholicism as an adult after years as an agnostic. Bishop Varden, well known for his popular spiritual books and podcasts, will offer 11 reflections, 2 each day accompanied by prayer and adoration. The choice of a monastic prelate from Norway underscores Pope Leo's emphasis on contemplative depth and global diversity within the Church's spiritual life. In the Netherlands, the Catholic Church is seeing a remarkable rise in adults joining the faith, with figures published by the Catholic Institute for Ecclesiastical Statistics showing the number of adults entering the Church increased by almost 40%, from 455 in 2023 to 630 in 2024. These figures include both adults receiving baptism and those baptized previously in other Christian communities who were received into full communion with the Catholic Church. The trend stands out amid broader European secularization and suggests a compelling pattern of personal conversion and spiritual search among adults, even as traditional metrics like infant baptisms and mass attendance continue to lag. A recently restored mural of an angel in a Roman church caused great controversy this week. Observers noted that the angel, who was holding a scroll with the image of the Italian peninsula on it, bore a striking resemblance to Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. The artwork, displayed in a church setting, drew concern that political imagery was being a little too intertwined with the sacred, prompting reactions that led to its removal. The angel was painted over after criticism from both church and state officials. It would not be the first time that political figures are depicted in sacred art, but the episode did highlight modern sensitivities in how religious art is interpreted and the importance of maintaining clear boundaries between sacred and political figures. The Venezuelan government has restored the passport of Cardinal Porras, Archbishop Emeritus of Caracas, ending a month-and-a-half travel ban that began on December 10th, when authorities abruptly prevented the 80-year-old prelate from leaving the country by canceling his passport at the airport. The episode followed his outspoken criticism of Venezuela's human rights situation and his calls for the release of political prisoners. During the ordeal, Cardinal Porras was informed that he was listed as deceased in the passport system and was detained for hours before being turned back, even as diplomatic pressure and foreign interlocutors reportedly worked behind the scenes. The return of his passport and his renewed ability to travel and speak internationally is being seen as a tentative sign of shifting dynamics between the Venezuelan regime and the Catholic Church in Venezuela. And that wraps up today's edition of Church Headlines. Thank you for joining us, and God bless.